Alright guys, power hour is almost starting here. Markets are getting a nice little push. I'm actually leaning somewhat bearish here into the close, even though we're getting a nice little potential inverse head and shoulders. I think they're going to do a fake little breakout here and a liquidity sweep down. So I'm actually looking at taking some speculative puts on the market right off that opening range low. In fact, we're getting very close to it right now. I'm going to take some 676 puts, zeros, size it for loss. Again, I'm playing with profits here. We have had an excellent trading session. All right, guys, I'm in SPY puts, 676 0 DTEs, 1.1, 1.11. I would have taken a better fill, but I was still getting my chain open. But I am in some SPY 0 DT puts, 1.1. I'm looking for a little bit of a fake breakout here. All right. I will keep a stop loss on this trade. The puts are expensive though. Wow. My stop loss on this trade will probably be 89 cents. All right. So I'm in SPY puts, 0 DTE, size it appropriately. We're doing a little bit of a counter trend trade here. You got some strength in mega cap tech. Names like Tesla, Apple are trying to rip here. Financials are still somewhat weak. You do puts as well, but until Friday, yeah, I usually give myself time on the clock. I have been doing that pretty much all day. But I'm just doing a little bit of fun money here. We are technically above the deviation 2 band, so there is some potential momentum. Let me see the pre-market level here. Still above pre-market low. Let's see if they get us a back test of pre-market low. That could be a minor trim zone to pull some profits if you want to de-risk. Nice little decline so far in the tape. Again, we are writing some 0 DTE put options. What I'll do is I'm going to trim 1/3 of my contracts into pre-market low, and then I'll keep a break-even stop loss. If we get there. Come on, just chop us down already. Give us a nice dip here. Sour hour, take us down. Send us back to the 50-day or the 20-day. I'd love for them to close us under the 20-day. Really like wipe people out of their positions. Contracts are moving in up nicely here, guys. We are in the driver's seat so far. Up about 14%. I'm going to move my stop up on this trade. We are getting some extra volatility here. There seems to be news, guys. There seems to be news. A big wick down and now a big punch higher here. Power hour just started. You got a nice volume push there. Not too sure if any sort of candles are getting news. Let me look here. Protect your trade because we could make a big push here. Not really seeing any news. Let me look through all these megas real quick. Meta, holy moly, Meta's just broken out to the high side. Google acting very, very well. Amazon trying to make a push here. Interesting. Tessie made a nice punch here over the last 30 minutes. Ripping. Markets are looking a little bit better here. They are ripping. They are ripping. It looks pretty squeezy, the market here. Looks fairly squeezy. Hopefully it's a little bit of a liquidity trap, but they are trying to pop this market higher here. My stop loss on this trade is now at $1. $1. We're basically right at break even. Again, if you're playing any sort of zero DTs into the day, just size it for loss. It's a lotto, even though I have about a 10% stop loss. It's a much smaller position than what I was trading with intraday because you don't have a lot of time, lots of extra volatility. But we have crushed it in our S&P 500 group today. We have nailed a lot of different trades. While we were off of the YouTube stream, we caught this massive bounce. Market's moving a little bit better here. Trying to break out of a potential inverted head and shoulders. Still a lot of bearish resistance. You're still underneath your opening range low. So the larger trend intraday is still down, but eventually every trend starts to turn around at some point. But we'll see if they're doing a little bit of a liquidity grab. A lot of volume in that 5-minute candle, so there definitely means there's some sell side pressure still inside there. Lots of volume off of this reversal. You can see a big reversal up here on SPY. Looks like they're trying to rip it higher here. So there's more puts out the money right now in the market than calls. There are more puts out the money, 1.9 million calls, 2.7 million puts out the money. So in theory, market makers more money. Market makers make more money if they push the market higher here. But it's kind of deceiving because majority of people don't short the market. All right, I closed my puts there, guys. 10% loss. Markets look squeezy. Markets are now looking squeezy. So how I'd play this is I would wait for the next little pullback to try to scalp some 0DT longs. You know, you might get a still underneath opening range low. If you can see some rejection off OR low, pull back, that would be your entry to try to take it long. We are ripping here. They might be able to push the S&P SPY up to 680. 680 might be on deck, guys. But maybe they want to chop it first, burn a little bit more theta here. So it's a no touch for me right now. I might wait till 3:30. Let it consolidate a little bit. See what we get here. Shorted more, nice. Yeah, it's a tricky tape today. The positive here for the S&P guys is that on this 5-minute chart, you did get two higher 5-minute closes, so you set a higher high. So the trend is trying to reverse here. So you did get a positive 10-minute candle close. You set your first kind of higher high, so you have your low, high, higher high. So the trend is trying to reverse. There's some small glimmers of hope. Small glimmers of hope intraday, but when you look at your hourly, I mean, you're still pretty weak. This here it's very risky. 679 SPY calls, 679 SPY calls, 0.33. I'm in. I'm gonna keep a stop at. I'm gonna keep a 10-cent stop, so 0.23 stop. All right. Size appropriately if you're playing. This is technically your small little back test zone. If they are to bounce it, this is where we want to see a big push. So I am long 679.0 DTE at 33 cents, 10-cent stop. A small size, guys. I'm not playing with anything crazy, and I'm just playing with profits here. Point 0.28, tightening up the risk. We have gotten a little bit of a bounce here, but if we start to lose this area, I don't want to get caught with my pants down. I would rather just tighten up the risk here. All right, nice push here, guys. Come on, keep pushing, keep pushing. All right, break even stop for myself at 33 cents. Break even stop. Let's let the trade ride now. We are working up nicely here. Come on. Come on, come on. Oh, don't stop me out. No. Nice push. Come on. Take us above that PDL. And I'd be very happy. We're up 6 cents a contract here. I want more though. Bit of a battleground going on right now. SPY 15-minute chart still looks okay. You're holding above that standard 2 deviation band. You're kind of in the middle of a deviation band 1 and deviation band 2. So I'm optimistic that they can give us a bit of an end of day push here. Come on. So this is what I'll do, guys. If we get a push higher here, and it might not even matter because I'm going to get stopped out here. All right, yeah, they stopped me out, guys. Break even. Break even. My game plan was if they give us a quick pop to the highs here was to trim half and raise stops, but I just got wicked out there. I got wicked out there. Well, sometimes the stop, break even stop is a win. You didn't lose money. Next viable support is probably going to be this 1-minute EMA, guys. Damn, they got me. Google's still sucking. Tesla strong day. Meta strong day. Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft green. Amazon, Google lagging. JPM lagging. It could be, Caleb. It could be down. The fact that we're bouncing well off of the lows here, they could easily gap us down tomorrow inside of this wick and then buy us up. So, but I hope you caught this. Whoever was in our S&P group with us, we planned like 2 hours in advance for this trade here. Literally this one. And that was a great win. This huge bounce in our S&P 500 trading group. We basically caught this whole move up. That was a huge trade. Nice amount of size. Very confident. Put the link, but you couldn't find the group? You must have it wrong. I'll send it to you. It's still going through quite a bit of chop here. You're right at that opening range low, guys. You got IWM 254 calls next Tuesday. Just be careful with that. I'm still short the IWM with members. I'm long TZA. We did pull a bit of profits today off of TZA. We entered at 668. We pulled 9.2% off of some of our common shares, but I don't really like the Russell yet. I don't think it's quite ready yet, but I mean, maybe it catches a bounce. I mean, you have done a nice 3-bar surge, so wouldn't be surprised for a little bounce back to say 251. Then it can create kind of a bear flag or some sort of an intraday bullish pattern. I do think that your mega cap stocks and large cap stocks are a bit more oversold than your small caps. You got them way down at 248. Nice. All right, so you're in the driver's seat. Just don't let that go against you then. Good stuff. You could still get it. There's still quite a bit of time in the end of the day. There's a lot of time. And I mean, we have hit some really big levels on the S&P. Backtesting the 50 and 20, pretty big. So you could definitely get a squeeze into the end of the day. It's not out of the possibility. You know, you got a bullish trigger that's occurring on your S&P right now, so it could happen. Damn. That's the move I was looking for off of this area. They just wicked me out. But nice job if you caught that. Really solid move. Your UVXY has gone negative. Thanks. Those uh those call options you took earlier would have been 100%. Crazy mover. IWM still down 0.78. QQQ is green on the session, up 0.22. SPY still negative. Bitcoin has rallied back a little bit. Crude oil, nat gas still weak. Gold still kind of trading flat to positive. Silver has made a nice little intraday recovery, but still slightly negative on the tape, printing a pretty interesting daily chart candle. What's the volume like on this today? So big squeeze here in the market, guys. Very decent push. We are now hitting the top of this wedge formation. Top of the wedge formation. Trying to get through Friday's pivot low. You did get a 10-minute candle close back inside your opening range low. So very strong push and rebound in the market. Tesla squeezing. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. 489 on Tessie. What a ripper. Tesla just ripped. Double top, new all-time high on Tessie. Huge volume coming in here. Big push. Big push on Tessie. You want the market to pull back. This is a huge squeeze here. Holy shit. Those 679 zeros from 32 cents to $1.12 right now. Damn. That's crazy. So Tessie makes a new all-time high. Congratulations, Tesla and Elon Musk. Very strong price action. Oh, this market, too funny. Too funny. All right, so mega cap tech is ripping. Rip it. What a squeeze, guys, into the end of the day. Are they going to take the S&P green? Yep, big squeezer. Big squeezer. That's that inverse head and shoulders breakout, and it still has more upside. We got lots of time still for them to really wave that magic wand. Now you're getting an unraveling of the puts. So you could push to 681.70. Wow. We're going through value area low on SPY. We're now testing a deviation band 1. We're through it. Coming into that dark pool print on SPY. That is a magnet opening range high. Oh, wow, a cluster of price action here. You got the SPY dark pool print. You got your value area low. You got your opening range high. You got that EMA on the 10-minute chart. What a rip. What a ripper. You have 3 million puts out the money, 1.5 million calls out the money, so still about a 2-to-1. They could keep squeezing this. This is getting a little bit cray-cray. But wow. Alright, I might have to try to scalp short this for a quick pullback. Because, what are we trading at? 680? It's getting a little bit crazy here. They are squeezing it though. But I am looking for a small pullback here. 84 on the 1 minute. There's some 680 puts. It's high risk. 680 0 DTEs. High risk here. This is a big profit zone. You've had a monumental push. Size it appropriately. I'm in at 39 cents. 680 put on SPY. All right, guys, I'm all out. I'm all out. Boom. Sorry, 0.52 all out. 0.52. Quick little scalp there for myself. Quick little scalp. And we could still backtest prior day low, but I just want to pare back my profits where I get them. Quick little 1 minute in and out scalp there for myself. It's a quick little win there. If you're aggressive, you could take 680 calls again. I'd buy in the money. If you're a degen, you can take 681 calls. There's still a chance that we could push right back up through this high pivot into that dark pool print. I'm not going to take the degen trade. I like more of the probabilities. If we were to pull back to prior day low, I might take 680 calls. All right, that would be the only trade that I take. If we pull back to prior day low here, I would try to scalp some 680s for a quick bounce. A degen trade is now your 681s, but just understand it's degen. Nice little short zone there, guys. If anyone's still holding, make sure you secure your bag and your gains. Insane volume up there. Don't be surprised if they take this deep, 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 deep. That was a crazy, crazy squeeze into the end of the day. You're going to have a lot of people now unwinding because all the people that were chasing this squeeze on the upside are now going to unwind their calls. All the people that were already trading for this squeeze down here are taking profits. So there might be one more little push up here, but if you don't get back above this value area, you could easily fall down to your prior day low. So it's a no touch for me unless we flush into prior day low, then I would try scalping the long again. I don't like the buy personally, but you never know. This is a degenerative market, but it's a cluster of resistance up here. Big cluster. Spy back into that 680 zone. Put play 679. I'm thinking 679 puts. I might take them again. 679. We do have MOC. I'm just gonna wait, guys, but it's tempting. Probably should have taken them there. Looks like they might chop us here. Oh, getting rejected off your deviation band 1. Nasty decline there. Degen play, 680 SPY calls, zeros. Degen play. Yeah, and I'm still hoping it flushes here, but if you're a degen, you could take them here. Just understand it's risky. Super, super risky. MOC coming out in 3 minutes. The Bears had their trade, then the Bulls had theirs, as I see it. Yep, yep, yeah. Everyone's eaten today. We've shorted the market. We've went long the market today. We've done it all. So both sides have eaten. And the old Wall Street saying is, bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get slaughtered. So if the market gives you profits, you want to take them. All right, super high risk. I'm going to take some 680 SPY calls. Super high risk. This is a lotto into MOC, guys. It's a lotto. Size it for loss. Any sort of pop, I'll look to take money. Again, I'm playing with profits. I only have 10 contracts. This is risky into MOC. This could absolutely blow up in my face and drop off of the MOC. Or it could pop here. We're going to get a move one way or another. I'm okay with these 10 contracts going to zero. I prefer them not to, but I'm okay with them going to zero. All right, MOC here, guys. Get ready. We have, what, 30 seconds or so? 40 seconds till market on close. Buy side, sell side pressure. You're going to get a big stick. Don't know which way it's going to go, but I'll trade the lotto side long. If we get a pop, I'll exit all of them. And if we drop, I'll get cooked. This is a degen gamble into the MOC. 7 seconds. Holy moly. All right, guys. What the hell? I couldn't even get a fill. All right, guys. I'm all out. All out on that push there. That was insane. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. Hmm. Take my profits right there. I'm all out. Buy side pressure on the MOC. That's what I'm talking about. I'll take that. That's some steak dinner right there. Again, that was a gamble. I like to often do the counter trend move into MOC. So we were selling into MOC. We took the buy side. But nice little trade there, guys. That was brilliant. Contracts are already getting slaughtered again. So 80% gain there on that MOC pop. I will take it every day of the week. Should I take a 681 YOLO? All right, maybe I'll take a 681. I'm going to roll the profits into some 681. Oh no, we're pushing too quickly. No. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done for the day. That's crazy. Anything more than this is just over trading. But 681s would have printed there. Holy smokes. Oh my goodness. Look at 681. Ripping. My goodness, those 681s, I looked at them, they were 4 cents. Now they're at 8 cents. It would have been 100% right there. Damn. These end of day moves are crazy. Absolutely insane. Nice. Baba's almost turned green on the tape. That's good to see. JP Morgan's still pretty weak. There might be one more big move. There might be one more big move. I'm just trying to feel it out here. I don't know which way it's going to go. Puts are still so expensive right now. That's crazy. These 680s makes me almost think they're going to take us down one more time. But 680s are still pretty expensive. Hmm. Crazy. All right, guys, great trading session. Final 6 minutes here in the tape. Again, I'm not really looking to do anything. We are seeing some sell side pressure into gold and silver. Crude oil, natural gas been weak all day. 10 and 2-year yield weak, which means bonds have been bought up. Tesla putting in a new all-time high. Meta acting very well intraday up 2%. Apple doing well. Nvidia doing well. Microsoft doing well. Amazon turning slightly green. You've had some accumulation in certain names, that's for sure. There's a lot of stocks that have made some good reversals. Your puts are fucked. Yeah, it's a tough tape, YS. Tough tape. You know, we were pretty much unloading all of our puts down here. The last put play that we took in our S&P group was this. We took some 676 zeros off of this candle down, made a nice trade, got out, and then we were waiting and waiting and waiting and loaded up on some 1 DTE calls. Caught this nice move. We shorted this, ended up shorting this pop down. And never caught this move, but made quite a bit. Made quite a bit today. And we took profits in our on our IWM short. Still have some runners on the table. Took profits on laser, locked in about 9%. Our JP Morgan put options are still working somewhat well. We bought a couple individual stocks today. We did accumulate some positions when SPY was trading down here at the lows, so we'll see if those can hold up. But the next thing that I think needs to make a huge bounce is natural gas. I mean, it's just so oversold. So oversold. You have hope for the coming days. Laughed asking what broker you like for options. I use IBKR and Questrade. Those are my main ones. And then I have a couple other little accounts. TD Ameritrade. I do have a Wealth Simple account as well, but I don't high frequency trade on that. That's more of a little bit of a thing I'm trying out. I have a Webull account, but no money in there. I've never traded on Webull. You use First Trade as well? Nice. All right, I'm going to take 680 Lotto call here on this dip. 680 SPY call. Again, size it for loss. I'm in at 17 cents. Again, small size, 680 SPY call. My stop loss will be 10 cents, so still 70% risk is pretty big. Come on, give us a pop. Give us a pop back up here. As soon as we get it, if we get into 680, I will look to sell. But I don't know if we're going to get there. They may just wreck me here into the close. Mega volume on your 1 minute chart. As usual, you get the most volume into the end of the day here. All right, that's those are cooked. Big flush here into the close, retesting prior day low. There is some support there, but pretty much all the calls are cooked now. That's a wrap. Still a great session here, trading with us, guys. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. We'll do this all again tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day because it's 1 day ahead of CPI and your initial jobless claims, guys. So it's going to be very interesting to see whether or not the market gives up more of these gains. I find it hard pressed to think the market's going to rally into the CPI print. Wow, what a flusher, guys. What a flush. Your puts are still surviving. All right, guys, thank you all for tuning in. We will see you a bit later. Take it easy.